Captain Awesome versus Nacho Cheese Man. Book number 2. Chapter 1. The Slobbering Power of Mr. Jules. By the super meaty force of Captain Awesome's and the canned cheese power of Nacho Cheese Man, I called this Sunnyview hero superhero squad treehouse sleepover meeting to order. Thump, Agent McGurlcody banged a wooden spoon against an empty shoe box. The Sunnyview superhero squad meeting had begun. Sunnyview superhero squad? That's right. Agent and his best friends, Charlie Thomas Jones, were not just ordinary students at Sunnyview's elementary. They also had super secret superhero identities. Agent has Captain Awesome and Charlie was Nacho Cheese Man. Together, along with Captain Awesome, Hamster Stick sidekick, and the class pet, Turbo, they formed the Sunnyview superhero squad to protect the universe from the bad guys. Hurry up, Charlie says. The brownies are waiting. Brownies, yum. The perfect hero. The perfect superhero snack, thought Agent. Evils don't stand a chance against the chocolate fudge. The first thing to do was to thank Agent's mom, Bessie, for the homemade brownies and milk that she brought to the treehouse. The next order of business was to eat them. Thanks, Mom, Agent says, his mouth soft, full of brownies. Tough, Mercliffe, Charlie mumbled, trying not to devour any of his Super Dude t-shirt. You're welcome, Charlie, I think, Agent's mom says, having delivered her sweet superhero treats. She climbed back down the ladder. She knew that when it came to saving the world from the bad guys, it was always bad for Mom and Dad to leave it to the expert. Captain Awesome and Nacho Cheese Man. The Sunnyview superhero squad and has one mission: to stop the evil spread of evil in Sunnyview. That's their one mission. However, have 3 parts. Number 1, be alert to evil. Number 2, find evil. Number 3, stop evil from eviling. I think we should add part number 4, eat more brownies. Charlie quickly stuffed another brownie into his mouth. All those in favor of our missions. Charlie raised his hands. But me feeding more brownies? Yes, Nacho Cheese Man, including eat more brownies, Agent replied. Those in favor say the super word of the day. Me too, Agent and Charlie says at the same time. Even Turbo let out a little squeak. Agent banged the wooden spoons against the shoes box again. Thump, thump, thump. It was time for the squad main noon's evil-stopping activity besides eating more brownies, reading a latest issue of Super Dudes. Issue number 429, Charlie cheered. Only the greatest thing since issue number 428, Agent declared. Each member of the Sunnyview Hero Squads. Wait, what's that you say? You've never heard of Super Dudes? You're not a member of Beasties, a friend of Super Dudes Security like Agent and Charlie. You don't know about his TV show, toys, games, action figures, and more? Where do you live? The moon? Super Dude is the only most amazing superhero of all times. Just listen. Agents opened the comic. Page 1. Super Dude's charred Mrs. Trash can't wait. Can't was back in the super city. I'm ready to crush super dudes and trash his inner dudeness. Wow, this is going to be a greatest issue ever. Agent could barely wait to turn the page. And it was. Just then it looked like Super Dudes would lose for sure and Trash Ant would litter his evil garbageness across the board. Super Dudes punched Trash Ant right in the recycling bins and dumped him on the curb in time for trash day. Agent turned the last page and closed the comic. He and Charlie sat in silence. That was the greatest thing I ever read. Agent finally said with a sigh, still in awe. This is, without a doubt, my most favorite comic book ever. No, make it double ever. That was I ever was peanut butter. Nachos with marshmallows. You know, the tiny one, Charlie says. With the latest awesome issue of Super Dudes completed, Agent rubbed Turbo's furry head. Good night, buddy. Good night, Turbo, Charlie says, and click off his flashlight. Soon both heroes was fast asleep, and the treehouse was filled with squeak of Turbo's exercise wheel as it spun around and around. Then there was a bump. Agent opened one sleepy eyes. That was probably nothing. Then he hardened up it again. Thump! His other eye snapped open. That's something. My Captain Austin danger sense is tingling. Something was in the yard. Agent sat up in his sleeping bags and listened. Rattle, how could it be? Rattle, could it be? Yes, it was. His old furry enemy, Mr. Droll, has returned. Mr. Droll was a hairy four-legged monster from the Howling Pond near Bells, whose droopy jaws loved to chomp everything Agent held most dear. And worst, his evil Droll house was right next door to Agent's home. Mr. Droll has turned the once normal house into his own backyard. He's stolen three frisbees, popped my soccer ball, eaten my cover of my baseball, and ripped up my kite like an old socks. What he after this time? Agent wondered. Then he realized something awful. No, not my Super Dudes issue number 129. Agent jumped up without unzipping his sleeping bags. He hopped like a rail-hopping caterpillar of Montana in Super Dudes number 97. He hopped on his flashlight, lost his balance, and fell to the wooden floor. Agent crawled from his sleeping bags, spluttered, "Ouch, ouch, ouch!" Since superheroes can do anything, Agent quickly pulled out the cylinders. He felt around for his flashlight and clicked it on. It was a nighttime job for Captain Awesome and Nacho Cheeseman. "Wake up," he whispered to. Mr. Droll is in his backyard next door. Charlie shot out of his sleeping bag like he'd been stuck with a pin. He grabbed the emergency can of nacho cheese and kept it under his pillow. Agent placed Turbo into turbo mode. They would need the power of 2 heroes and 1 sidekick to stop the barking, slobbery madness of Mr. Jules. Go chase your tail, Mr. Jules. You'll never get my comic book. Captain Awesome called down from the treehouse. Your slobber is useless on this night. I must warn you, no, Nickel Cheeseman called out. I've got cheese. The trio of heroes climbed down from the treehouse moon's base and onto the cold surface of the moon. Chapter 2. Fighting Evil is Messy. What a mess, Charlie says as he stood in the middle of Adrian's backyard the next morning. He picked up the can of cheese and shook it. Empty. That's just one of the many problems with Abel. Adrian picked up an old banana pelt, dropped into the trash can. It's never picked up after itself. Droll has gotten away. He escaped thanks to his doggy door of drollness, but he'd returned. The bad guys always do. Eugene's mom smiled as the boy came into the house. Here you go, boys. Super Dudes owe the breakfast of the world's greatest superhero. In many ways, Eugene's mom was a hero too. She hadn't wear cape or fight evils, but her urging battle against cavities, late homeworks, and turns was almost as important as saving the world. Almost. Plus, she always whipped up awesome breakfast and made Eugene superhero strong. The two boys ate faster than the snack slut who once challenged Super Dudes to an eating contest. Super Dudes won by eating fried okra. After breakfast, Charlie headed to his homes down the streets, and Eugene returned in his backyard. The moment he turned the corner of his nose was instantly filled with the stinky stink of stink. Yuck, the stinky stink of stink, Eugene gasped. Gross! Eugene held his nose. Eugene didn't have to smell another stink bomb to know that what was up. It was Queen Sticky Pants from Planet Baby. Her dangerous diaper of doom was packed with sticky diapers of Lutz. Gababoo, she says in her alien baby language as she waddled around Eugene's backyard. Hadn't seen me yet, Eugene thought. Eugene knew she was up to something. Queen Sneaky Pants was always up to something. She walked, fell, crawled, and waddled to the gate. So, she was the one who opened the secret passageway from Mr. Droll's backyard to the surface of the moon. She wanted Mr. Droll to return for the Super Dudes comic he didn't get last night. Well, not today, not tonight, never again, and never ever, Eugene called out in his awesome Captain Awesome voice. Eugene ripped off his shirts and reveled that he'd forgotten to put on his Captain Awesome outfit underneath. Brr, cold. Eugene ran inside the treehouse and grabbed his outfit from the laundry. Gotta have it, Mom. Danger is all. Tell me, stinky dangers. Danger smells? His mother asked, smiling. It does when you're stinky. Eugene change on the run. That meant he crashed into the hallway. Ouch! He bounced off the wall. Oof! And then slid across the kitchen floors on his stomach. Whee! Eugene flung open the screen door. Stop, villains! Queen Sticky Pants turned to face him. Girl? She turned it. Captain Awesome did an awesome jump onto the surface of the moon. Meaty. Stop your evening to please take a bath. Stop your evening and please take a bath. Chapter 3. The Missing Comic Book Capper. Moms, have you seen it? Agnes reached down the stairs. Seen what, dear? What? How could she not know the what I'm talking about? It's only the most important thing in forever. Agnes was shocked. Was his mother not aware of Super Dudes? Did she not seen the posters, the DVDs, the collectible action figures on her son's dresser? Agent Bastis for favorite comic book in his word collection was not in a special hiding spot in the box under his bed. It was gone. Super Dudes number 429 was missing. Did Mr. Droll sneak on into Agent's rooms, take Super Dudes number 429 in his giant paw of evils and run away with it? Panic began to hit Agents. The thought was too horrible to imagine, and that rolled all over the Super Dudes. And a double ever that tissues. He clung his bedroom floor. No muddy footprints, no bite marks on the door, no fleas hopping about an agent's pillow, no sign of that Mr. Droll had made it inside Captain Austin's secret headquarters. But the comic book was gone, and someone has taken it. No one has been in his room except Burf. I showed my comic to Charlie when we were in the treehouse, but no member of Sunnyview superhero squad would do anything bad, right? Right? Agent slumped. He missed his comic book so much he was even thinking his best friends took it. That was the worst thought he ever had, except for the one about the drool being all over Super Dudes.